Good day, I'm Lisa Rowe and this is your JIS News for Wednesday, February 12, 2025. The House of Representatives has passed amendments to the Counties and Parishes Act, declaring Portmore as Jamaica's 15th parish. The long-anticipated move came during Tuesday's sitting of the lower house as Minister of Local Government and Community Development Desmond McKenzie led the debate on the legislation. The bill passed the committee stage with 28 votes in favor, 10 against, and 24 absent, paving the way for the country to establish a new parish for the first time in post-colonial Jamaica. Minister McKenzie says the designation is expected to empower the citizens of Portmore to independently chart their course of development.
This is a day of tremendous historical significance. The bill confers the parish of Portmore. It seeks to significantly widen the door of economic and social and political development for the people of Portmore by increasing their ability to chart their own course and to be more effective, to advocate and to manage resources available for their allocation.
The local government minister outlined the areas to fall under the new parish,
including Elsha Hills, Goat Island, the city of Portmore, which will be the parish capital. This clause also specifically excludes Lakes Pen, Grange Lane, Lime Tree, Grove, Quarrel from the parish of Portmore.
The area for the city of Portmore is to include the lands east of North Arscott, comprising the Portmore Municipal Corporation and the police station. It also encompasses lands south of Brayton Parkway, comprising the Inland Revenue Department, and commercial entities and portions of Nago Head and lands north of Brayton Road. Minister of Labour and Social Security, Colonel Charles Jr., says the signing of a collective labor agreement for Jamaica's building and construction industry will help to ensure clarity, certainty, and confidence in the sector. The 2025-2027 Joint Industrial Council Labor Management Agreement for the building and construction industry was signed on Tuesday at the Incorporated Master Builders Association of Jamaica, IMAJ, in Kingston. The IMAJ, Bustamante Industrial Trade Union, National Workers Union, and the Trade Union Congress are parties to the agreement, which guarantees construction workers a 19% increase in their wages over a 2-year period. Minister Colonel Charles Jr., who was a witness to the signing, welcomed the agreement's provisions for protecting workers, which includes clarity in terms of fair and stable wages. The agreement also establishes a formula for the prompt and fair disposition of grievances and to ensure that works proceed smoothly without interruption and at the highest attainable efficiency. IMAJ President Richard Mullings stresses that the wage rates recommended in the agreement should be the minimum standard for both the private and public sectors. The Ministry of Labour and Social Security is assuring persons with disabilities that the government will be doing even more to improve accessibility and other issues of concerns to the community. Minister Charles Jr. gave the commitment in Parliament on Tuesday as he made a statement commemorating the upcoming 3rd anniversary of the Disabilities Act, which came into full force on February 14, 2022. This landmark legislation, which provides a comprehensive framework for the protection of the rights of persons with disabilities, is up for review this year.
And so we are advancing the necessary steps to make sure that we have all the tools necessary to improve access, improve inclusivity, but also to fulfill the obligation of reviewing this critical legislation.
Among other things, the Act created the Disabilities Rights Tribunal, the formal mechanism for addressing complaints of discrimination.
The establishment of this tribunal is a massive win for Jamaica. It distinguishes us regionally and it really carries us to the international standards.
Since the legislation came into force, 55 complaints of discrimination have been received, of which 29 have been investigated and resolved, while 8 have been closed. Another 8 were referred to the Disabilities Rights Tribunal and 1 to the Disputes Resolution Foundation. 9 are under assessment to determine the next steps. The Office of Disaster Preparedness and Emergency Management, ODPEM, is assuring Jamaicans that the country's tsunami response mechanism remains robust, even as steps are being taken to further strengthen preparedness. Acting Director General of ODPEM, Richard Thompson, tells JIS News that additional warning sirens are being built out across 15 communities in 2 parishes, St. Mary and St. Catherine. These will link into the tsunami warning apparatus. In addition, Old Harbour Bay has been certified as tsunami ready under the UNESCO Intergovernmental Oceanic Commission (IOC) process.
But beyond that, we have a national tsunami response protocol, right? So there's a national tsunami response plan and standard operating procedures for Jamaica, and it clearly outlines the parties at play, and it states our emergency operation procedures for tsunamis.
The update comes in the wake of a 7.6 magnitude earthquake in the Caribbean Sea on the weekend, which led to concerns that it could trigger a tsunami. ODPEM's Acting Director General says the agency immediately activated Jamaica's 4-phase tsunami response, but he explains that it does not call for notifying the public until Level 3, when data from the Pacific Tsunami Warning Center confirms that a tsunami was, in fact, generated and has the potential to reach our shores.
So the notification on Saturday, those tsunami messages that we were getting, there was no information that a tsunami has generated, that the earthquake has happened, and there's a possibility that it can generate a tsunami, right? So there's a big difference.
And finally, Parliament has prorogued, making way for the ceremonial opening of the new legislature on Thursday. Custis of Kingston, Stedman Fuller, will deputize for Governor General Sir Patrick Allen in delivering the throne speech tomorrow morning, outlining the government's policies and programs for the 2025-2026 fiscal year. Later in the day, Minister of Finance and the Public Service, Favour Williams, will table the estimates of expenditure, the budget for the fiscal year that starts on April 1. The estimates will then be reviewed by the Standing Finance Committee of Parliament, during which the various ministers will explain and give details on some elements of their allocations. After this process, a report will be sent to the House of Representatives, and the Finance Minister will subsequently open the budget debate on March 11. Presentations will also be made by the Prime Minister and the Leader of the Opposition. At the end of the budget debate, the House of Representatives will pass an appropriation bill, giving the government the authority to operate the budget. This will be the final budget debate before the dissolution of the current Parliament, to pave the way for the general election, which is constitutionally due by September 2025. And that's it for JIS News Today. I am Lisa Rowe. Thanks for watching.